Get on your feet, Unity of Tampa. Come on in. It's time to start that service song the way we know how to. All right, let's do it. We'll find a place of rest and illumination where God within you helps you to light the way. He knows the peace you need and the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Well, the doors are locked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Where there's room enough in this home of love for someone just like you. Then come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. You need a Tampa, come on in. All right, good morning, thank you. Thank you for starting the service off with us.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, Elliot. Elliot's back today. All right. Did you have a nice respite?
I did. I
Good.
appreciate that.
The band is back.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go on tour. Yes. All right. Excuse me 1 minute. I'm going to mess you up, Nancy, but I'll fix it. Don't worry. First of all, welcome to Unity of Tampa. Thank you all for coming here today. Thank you for joining us online today. And first of all, do we have any new visitors here today in the house? None. Nobody. Okay. And now as we move on to the announcements, and I'm going to read the ones that have been highlighted as I wouldn't say the most important, but ones they want me to talk about today. And then all the other announcements, there are many of them, and information is in your Sunday bulletin, the email newsletter, the website, and on Facebook. And now, if you will please silence your cell phones. Everybody reaches to make sure they're silenced. Thank you. And first of all, the Recycle and Resource Recovery. Hanson and Joanne, you are here. I saw you. Come in. Would you please stand up a second? There we are, back here. Thank you very much. They orchestrated this entire thing, and you can view, it's already happened, but you can view a live recording on Facebook. I just saw that this morning. It's on the website, and it's about, 30 or 40 minutes, but it's very instructive. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I will. I didn't have time this morning. But it's very helpful as far as things you can recycle, where to recycle them, what to do with them, and so forth. So I've always struggled with that on the big green can of what I can put in and what I can't put in. And I don't really know what they do with it after we put it in there. So they show us what we... Are there people in line picking things out that can't go through recycle? That's what I thought. Every time I put something in there, and Mary's putting something in there, I said, we're going to pull that back out. They're going to throw that away. Okay, moving on. What? She's optimistic that they're going to get rid of it. Or someday she just doesn't care. Okay, Soul Sisters, today, all of you get your wallets out. We need you to spend big bucks today. The craft fair is going on right over here underneath the tents, and it starts right, I think some of you may have already been over there, but it starts right after the service. We'll run till about 1:30 or as long as people are buying things. So please support the group, and purchase. This is not going to the church, so please support the group with your purchases. They'll have a lot of things over there. Nancy was just mentioning, and Mary, I know, does this, is you see something you think would be a nice gift for somebody, you buy it, you don't know who you're going to give it to, and you store it at home, and eventually you have a whole treasure chest of things, and then when you need to give a gift to somebody, you just go through your treasure chest and pull them out, and then it makes it much easier. So, words to the wise. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then last, but this is real quickie today. You better be ready to get up here fast. Birthdays. One thing I'm going to break tradition here. I'm going to honor my wife's birthday was May the 12th, and we weren't here that day, so she never got to get anybody to applaud her. So, great. Thank you. She appreciates appreciation, and I appreciate it when you appreciate her. It makes my life much better. Okay, so the birthdays, the Benatti triplets, are they here? No, they're not here. The Benatti triplets birthday was June 1st, which was 2 days ago. Yesterday. Gabby, Jake, and Grant Benatti. So happy birthday if y'all are watching us. Happy birthday if you're not watching us, too. Beth Williams, June the 5th. Lisa Urbano, is Lisa here?
Hey, Lisa.
June the 8th, which is this Saturday, I believe. And then we want to wish a happy 6th anniversary to Jay and Emily, who are in Maryland, and they're watching us. Happy anniversary.
Nice. And we'll sing to these birthday babies. Thank you, Louis. Oh, we got one
We have
more.
another birthday.
Dwight's birthday coming.
Dwight.
Dwight's trying to get recognized twice. That's okay, but they're about to.
He won't be
They're
here.
going to be leaving town.
But he won't be here next Sunday. He won't be here for next Sunday, so we'll include him in now.
That's true. They're
So-
traveling, so. All right, you June babies, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Louis. That's a married man who knows what to do with his platform.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, thanks
Shouts
to
out his
Louis.
wife.
Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you, Louis, and he even put my stuff back. Thank you. Good morning. How's everybody? Yeah? I'm so happy to see you guys today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't leave you. I'm not very good at taking time off from here because I think it's an addiction. You know, if I don't see you, if I don't come, I don't get that like energy from you, which is what we're talking about a little bit today, then, you know, my weeks don't go as well. So it may not always be good for you, but it's always great for me. So I'm going with that. Okay, I have, first of all, welcome. I want to say hi to Patty. Patty Thielander is here today. She lives in Arizona. She watches us online, but she's actually in-house today. So it's great to have her here. And I also want to thank the crafters. We really appreciate what you're doing, and it's a great opportunity to see how much talent there is here. There are all kinds of really unique things over there, so please stop by. And of course, I'm always wearing, you know, bracelets and jewelry from Miss Dolores, so if, you know, you like jewelry, you should see her stuff, too. All right, I also want to just mention, if you haven't taken time today to look around at what got done this week, that parking lot was expanded, new asphalt. There are parking ties everywhere, so you know where to park now. The new building got finished all the way to the ground and painted. There are new signs up in front of each location now telling you which building is which. The new building is now officially called the Unity Clubhouse. So that is its new name, and there's a sign in front of it. And there's just a lot of work being done. The planters are going to get expanded and done. We're only a couple of weeks away from the sunshades that are going to go over the patio. But stuff is happening. There were people here every day this week working, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. So take time to notice and take time, please, to thank my husband, because He has done the heaviest lifting of managing 8 to 10 contacts a day with people. Every day, his phone goes off 1,000,000 times. Somebody here calling about, do you want to add this? Do we need to fix that? All these contractors. I'm not talking about even our congregants. I'm talking about contractors. And it's been a lot to manage. You know, he doesn't have a background in construction, but I am going to farm him out for a new job now. So I think it's time we do that. He's up in that sound booth today. I know he's going to need a vacation when this is over. I'm gonna send him on one. All right, let's say our affirmation together. All right, close your eyes. You should know this by now. Nice job. Oh, see, you don't need me anymore. I'm sad. Michael, is your family here? All right, I didn't get to say hello, but I wanted to welcome Pat and Dennis and Lucretia and Astrid. Thank you all for coming today. We're glad to have you, and you're all in for a very lovely treat. Michael is unveiling a new song today with the band, and they sounded so lovely, so it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, wow, pressure's on now. Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry, I heard it. You guys sounded great. It's a beautiful message. All right, I am going to read 2 daily words here today. Not because I'm confused, but because I'm conflicted. Yesterday is about zeal, and I'm actually talking about that. Today's about optimism. I'm talking about that in our passion for life. So I want to read yesterday's first. Zeal fuels my appetite for life. Almost everyone has a special interest that fills them with enthusiasm, including me. For instance, I may be finished for the day with the work I love, but eager to go back to it tomorrow. That feeling is zeal. Zeal gives me the energy to pursue my dreams. I can work toward my passion tirelessly because it brings me joy. This joy boosts my mood, elevates my outlook. My enthusiasm is evident to everyone around me. I am happy to share my passion with anyone who asks. Zeal energizes me in body, mind, and soul. To remain divinely inspired, I make sure to prioritize time in prayer and meditation every day. Staying connected to my divine source helps kindle my passion and inspires me to pursue the things that spark my zeal. And then I have optimism. Optimism colors my world with love. My experience of the world depends on the attitude I bring to it. When I hold positive thoughts and share the love in my heart generously, the world becomes an inviting and friendly place. Optimism makes me a magnet for positive people, exciting opportunities, and serendipity of all kinds. It lifts my consciousness out of the mirror of worry, anxiety, and fear. And it keeps me focused on the beauty of the earth, the goodness of people, and the presence and the power of God. When I perceive God in the kind acts, selfless impulses, and loving service happening all around me, my optimism grows. I feel renewed and inspired as I focus on what is right and good in my life. In gratitude for the world's wonders, I grow in optimism. And from Romans 12:21, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. And from Romans 12:11, it said, "Do not lag in zeal, be ardent in spirit, and serve the Lord." So those are both positive messages, and they both fit in for today. So, back to you. I'm out.
Will you guys stand and sing this new song? We got a new one for the month. We got a new one for the month, but we'll remember this. It's not been too long. 100 ways. Oh! At least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. At least 100 ways for me to believe the countless blessings now I receive. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. At least 100 ways for me to receive. And I embrace my good, yeah, I do believe. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me, yeah. There are at least 100 ways, do you believe it? The good is coming to you today. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. Yeah, my good is coming to me. Oh, my good is coming to at least 100 ways. At least 100 ways, yeah. At least 100 ways. We're going to sing it this month. We might even get good at playing it. Who knows?
Great. You could hear the energy right behind you. All right, I have two stories today. One video, one I'm going to read. I'm going to read the first one. This is great. This happened in Ocala. And this is a Florida doctor who just saved a child's life, and not for the reasons you may think. Not because he was operating on the child, but because he became a bone marrow donor for that child. So Dr. Ali Al-Samara, he's a pediatric doctor in Ocala, garnered widespread admiration for his gesture that saved a child's life. When Dr. Al-Samara received notification that he was a potential bone marrow match for a critically ill child, he stepped forward without hesitation. His motivation stemmed from a deeply personal experience. He had a close friend who was waging a battle against cancer and had been saved as a result of a generous donor. When the story was shared on the renowned Instagram account, Good News Movement, the doctor received countless words of praise from all around the globe. One Instagram user said, "The child that you've saved will remember you forever. That's a special gift for him or her and the family." Another one said, "You're a real life hero." The procedure, in case you don't know, for extracting bone marrow for donation is both grueling and painful. However, after the procedure, the doctor could only express his profound satisfaction in knowing that he could make a significant difference in the life of a child, and has since inspired others all over the world to join the noble cause of becoming donors and contributing to life life-saving efforts. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. And the next story we're going to show on the video, I had shown you the first story about Miss Fern Kenyon that many of you interact with. But Fern was featured again on a different news channel, and now there have been 2 articles written about her. And she just turned 98? I thought it was 7. Okay, sorry, Fern, I forgot again. I was at your 96th. I think this is your 97th, but ZMR could be right. What do I know? But the good news is she's still here to tell her story. And I love this one because I think you really understand her story better in this. So let's show that.
In the wake of World War II, President Truman signed the National Security Act of 1947. It recognized much of the nation's defense forces, including the establishment of a new branch called the United States Air Force. A local woman living in Wesley Chapel was one of the first to sign up, and we share her story as part of Military Appreciation Month.
The year was 1947. A young Fern Kenyon was working in Kansas when a news article caught her eye.
I was working as a secretary, and I saw in the newspaper that the Air Force was going to be a separate service.
The opportunity for adventure was too much to pass up.
I went on my lunch hour across the street to the Federal Building and signed up.
After passing a physical, Fern was off to basic training at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. The new branch of the military received nationwide interest.
And when we went on the train to Lackland, the news media was everywhere.
She was a member of the very first flight of the first U.S. Air Force Squadron, and one of the first women to formally be allowed to serve in the United States military, an accomplishment that carried a great sense of pride.
And not pride for me, but pride that I was able to do things and contribute in some small way.
Fern went straight to officer school and became a second lieutenant. She worked in recruiting, an area she was passionate about.
Being in the military teaches you discipline, dedication, responsibility, and the opportunities.
She was transferred to Rhein-Main Air Force Base in Germany and became a captain. From there, this small-town girl from Kansas got to see the world.
Near London, near Paris, near Rome, and Casablanca. And I traveled to each of those to do some administrative work.
The end of her military service came when she met a pilot and got married.
At that time, if you were going to have a family, that was it. You could not stay in.
75 years later, Fern looks back on her decision to join the Air Force as one of the best she's ever made. And she hopes her journey inspires future generations.
It's very deep in your heart. It's a part of your life. And I hope people will look at that and maybe take the opportunity to serve in some way to make the country a better place.
Look at her. After she left the Air Force, Fern went on to work.
Yeah, the coolest part about that is you think when you hear her say, oh, she left because she was having children, but she went back and served as a recruiter and stayed and helped. And, you know, she dedicated like a long period of her life to serving. And, you know, she's a very disciplined woman. She lived to a very great age already, and she is just strong-minded and strong-willed. And I think it served her pretty darn well. So God bless you, Fern. I love you. All right, let's get ready for meditation, please.
I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will, I am at peace, I presence of the Lord. I am loved, I am loved, I am one with the Spirit. I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am loved, I am loved, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. And I dwell in the presence of the Lord.
And so with those words, recognizing that presence within, I invite you now to just take some deep cleansing breaths. Just imagine your shoulders getting more and more relaxed. Recognizing the gift of just being present in the moment. Noticing your breath and the rhythm of your heart and how your body feels right now. Letting go of all the thoughts and worries you may have and just being present and listening to the words I'm going to share, taking in only what is right for you on this beautiful day. Today I focus on my passion for life, which begins with my focus on the divine. The divine within me and the divine within everyone. As this passion fills my mind and my heart, I begin experiencing every moment as a new adventure. And eventually that goes to every day as a new adventure. In every adventure, I have the opportunity to observe the beauty that surrounds me, the words I choose, and the experience of awe of this amazing universe. That divine energy bubbles up from the fountain within, fills my soul, puts a smile on my face, and helps me lift the hearts of those around me. Every day I experience zeal, which moves me forward to all that enlivens me and empowers me. It's the simple things in life that become obvious when I come from that place of divine power. I embrace life with the zeal and the zest that lights a fire within me and helps me bring my very best to everyone. That type of energy is more than positive thinking. It's contagious. And when I bring it to the world, others feel it, and the world begins to heal. The less time I spend controlling my life, the freer I will feel. The more energized I become, and the easier it is for me to just be an observer of life and its many wonders. And the more I become aware of my surroundings and my experiences, the better my life works. As I reignite my passion for life, I allow the flames of divine energy to light the way for me and in turn for others. I embrace every moment of life without distractions, and I experience my divine connection to others. I rest now in the silence and allow that divine energy to fill my soul. It's not about positivity. That's only part of the equation. It's about the presence of the divine, and the acknowledgement that we are divine spiritual beings on this earthly journey. And if we don't use that divinity, our light becomes dim. And so does the world around us. And so as we continue this day, centered in love, calm in spirit, we come back to this moment in time, trusting that the universe will lead us to where we are needed and where we can serve, and serving will bring us joy, and joy will fulfill our purpose on this earth. And with that, each of us is centered in peace. Before I forget, I would just like to say thank you to two people today. One, I want to thank Donna for serving again and helping us with Reiki and serving our congregation in that way. Thank you for doing that. I didn't find out until Friday that Bronwyn couldn't be here again today, but in the perfect unity way, Donna just said, I'm happy to serve, and showed up. And unbeknownst to me, she was also in the craft fair. So I thought it was lovely that she was willing to do both roles today. And I want to give a shout out to Alfred, because Alfred is doing us a gigantic favor by helping us right now design our new kitchen for Fellowship Hall. And yes. So crazy thing about our congregation, you never know until you tell someone what you're doing that someone might show up with the talent. And we're very grateful to you. Thank you for that. All right, big shout out to little Logan this morning. You are weeks or less away from having a new sibling. You better enjoy that house while you have it. All right, we're talking about reigniting our passion for life today. And what I really want us to think about is, as we continue on this journey of self-reflection, it's important for us to look at our lives and think about whether or not we are just robotically going through the motions every day, or we are actually living with passion. Now, I want you to just think back to your morning. Was it a robotic effort, or was it a I'm so happy to meet the day effort? And you don't have to criticize yourself if it wasn't exactly what you think it should have been. What I want you to become aware of today is how often we just go through the motion. Our daily lives can become so overwhelming with the list of tasks and the commitments that we make. And the commitments grow and the tasks grow. And then add to that any life challenges you may be facing. And before you know it, we're consumed with trying to navigate life versus living it. And we all know what those days feel like. Was today I lived my life day, or was today I barely made it through this day? We all have them. But the question is, which one is weighing out more in your life? Are you living with that passion that you were given at birth to serve and be something that you are passionate about being? It's during those times that we really are unwilling to look at what an amazing universe we live in. When we're just robotically getting along, we actually don't take time to notice anything. I've been really keenly aware of this. And I used this entire week to really think about what I was telling Jeffrey, the story, and I think I may have shared it with you, Sam, this week, that I started this year running. Like running into interviews, running into finished courses, running. Get those things done. Jeffrey gets sick. Working on that. My daughter was sick. I was having issues with my eyes, as you know. Okay, then we had vision team meetings, we had annual meetings, we had the board retreat, we had the annual picnic, and of course then we had the big and amazing moment of ordination when I felt like the time just stood still for once. Then during all of that, we had the new building coming, the patio, the fellowship hall remodel, all the rental activities that were going on here. And of course, there's the 15-year-old finishing her freshman year in high school, and me managing that every day, Jeffrey and I. So it was a race. And I feel like I got to the finish line and I thought, do I remember anything else about this 5 months? We're at the end of May. What do I remember beside the race? And I didn't have a lot to say. And while I love my family and of course love my church and my corporate work and traveling for work during all of this too, the signs were clear to me that I have been living robotically, not living my life the way I really was accustomed to at one point before all this chaos. And while it's true that we're all spiritual beings having these human experiences, it's also true that we cannot get so caught up in our human experiences that we forget to pause and take in the wonders of life. Most important, if you only hear two things from me today, this is one of them. That when we stop having moments that take our breath away, our thoughts become focused on everything that is wrong with our lives. I'm going to say that one more time. When we stop having moments that take our breath away, our thoughts become focused on everything that is wrong or going wrong in our life and in the world. So if you're one of those people that notices every day what's wrong with the young people, what's wrong with older people, what's wrong with medium people, what's wrong with the stores, what's wrong with the traffic, what's wrong with the weather, what's wrong, then you are probably navigating life, not living it. And it's time for us to change that. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel has this beautiful message about radical amazement. He said our goal should be to live life in radical amazement. Get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything then becomes phenomenal. Everything is incredible. And he said, never treat life casually. It's a great message for us to take in. But that kind of amazement requires us to change our mindset. And we're not good at that. Oh, it's the way I've always been. Well, that's got to end. Because if the way you've always been is unhappy, then you're probably not doing what's on the wall right here. And I don't know how Luis knew to put those up in advance, but thank you. But divine power. You're not expressing your divinity if you're just getting by. That's not what it's about. So a change in mindset, a willingness to open our eyes to what the universe has to offer, and a desire to connect our passion to what is important to us and to serve ourselves and others because of it. So I have two questions for us today. One, this is what I want you to ponder today. Do I approach each day with awe and radical amazement? And two, is it time to reignite my passion for life? Am I in a funk? Do I need to change? Think about the experiences that have taken your breath away or left you speechless. Maybe it was a sunrise, maybe it was a sunset, maybe it's music you like to listen to, maybe it's the sound of the waves. Or maybe, just maybe, you were awestruck one day watching a child be creative and make something or do something. In Alan Klein's book, The Awe Factor, a group of professionals shared their definitions of awe, and I found them quite inspiring. I only picked 3. From Keltner and Haidt, psychologists, they wrote, a sense of wonder and amazement that occurs when one is inspired by great knowledge, beauty, sublimity, or might. John Paquette is also a psychologist, and he described awe this way: the feeling we get in the presence of something vast that challenges our understanding of the world. Visual strategists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab wrote this: it feels like magic, amazement, mystery, reverence. It's the moment when we realize it's a gift and a privilege to be alive. Throughout the book, they share these various perspectives regarding how people describe awe. And what becomes clear to me is that awe-inspired feelings are different for every single person. And regardless of how we define it, we have to ensure that we're experiencing it. It's not just about writing about it or talking about it, it's about living it. And each day as I got into that mindset this week, I realized the little things I had missed in life this past 5 months. And while I'm totally grateful for the journey I've been on, totally grateful, and I've told all of you how grateful I am that I had this opportunity, I absolutely missed my life. I missed conversations with my friends. I missed time. I actually had dinner with my husband this week, like alone. I don't remember when that happened last. It was like, wow. And we were outdoors somewhere, and it was just lovely. And I said, pinch me. Is this possible? Of course, we had dropped 3 kids off somewhere before and picked them up after, but it didn't matter. The space in between was awesome. But as we think about this, we think about the zeal. Where's that zeal? How do we activate that zeal? And I think mine was covered up. And Charles Fillmore teaches us to use the powers we were born with. There are 12 powers, and one of them is zeal. And he says it's the mighty force that incites the winds, the tides, the storms. It urges the planets to be on course. To be without zeal is to be without the zest of living. Zeal and enthusiasm incite to glorious achievement in every aim and ideal that the mind can conceive. Zeal, he says, is the impulse to go. Now, the question is, what interferes with zeal? Right? Because if we're going to activate it, we need to know what to avoid. So Dr. Theodore Richards gives us that answer in his book, Cosmos Sophia. It was a hard book for me to read, and I read it a while ago, but revisited its concepts. And it talks about that lack of passion for life comes from disconnecting from our divine source. Less power comes from less prayer. Less belief in your divinity gets washed over by more belief in doing. Tasks, work, things, all the things that don't feed us in our soul, but feed us in our life. And he says that in order for us to understand this, we need to realize that if we lose sight of the source of our existence, then we are disconnecting from one another. So all the people who are spending more time alone right now and isolated, including me for a while, it's all disconnecting us from other people, and that zeal starts to get buried. So if you're one of the people that's spending too much time alone, I'm going to invite you to step outside of your comfort zone and start connecting with other people so you start to get that divinity back and activate your zeal. He says, and this is really important, he said, losing sight of our existence forces us not only to disconnect, but it places humanity at risk for its own rebirth and continued existence. I believe him. I can see how that would happen. In a lecture Dr. Matthew Fox gave in Ireland, and I've shared part of this in years past, but it fit today, so I'm sharing it again. When he gave this speech in Ireland, he shared many thoughts related to wisdom and our connection to the cosmos and nature. And he referenced Ernest Becker's perspective of wisdom as the experience of awe, explaining that awe is the experience of something greater than ourselves. He referred in that speech to the historical Jesus as having been a teacher of wisdom versus knowledge. That Jesus didn't teach knowledge, he taught wisdom, inner wisdom, when he spoke about awe. But most impactful in his speech was his message about the rising suicide rate amongst young people in our current society. And he spoke specifically about Ireland and the U.S. And he shared that a high level of these deaths are occurring with sixth grade students. Those who are 12 and 13 years of age, stating this, that the love of death had taken priority over the love of life. And he attributes all of that to religion not appealing to the souls of young people. And they think that all they have is what's in front of them. That they are not connected to others through what's inside of them. How can we not see the value? Reading that, hearing that, of not taking time to reignite our passion for life. Ask yourself what's holding you back from actually living your life versus just navigating it. Thomas Huxley said that the secret is to carry the spirit of the child into old age. Not to be childish, but to be childlike, where everything you're seeing seems like the first time you've ever seen it. He explains that the reason for a child's enthusiasm and excitement is the joy they find in everything they do. He said a child becomes easily excited by the simple things and the things that they can take in with sight or touch. They're fascinated by the beauty around them. They look at nature. They look at a colorful balloon, a noise-making toy, even the wind blowing through the trees. I remember Logan, video after video of Jay, sending us pictures, videos of Logan sitting on his knees outside in nature, just watching all the trees. But on the other hand, we adults become irritated when the wind starts to blow dirt on our patios, when the wind blows things down that we have standing outside, when the child that we're watching is smacking the balloon over and over and over again, or squeezing their little fingers on it, making weird noises. Or perhaps we just complain that we have too much work to do around our place, instead of thinking how lucky we are to have what we have. You know, people have laughed. Gilda laughs at me all the time about this. She knows me pretty darn well. But I've always cleaned my own house. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Because you know what? I'm present for every minute of it. I'm not thinking about anything else except why is that there and how did that get so dusty? I'm present. It's like cathartic for me to have that presence of mind that I'm taking care of what I've worked so hard for. That it's a joy to be on that side of it. But we don't need special events, shopping sprees, vacations, or reasons to reignite our passion for life, because those things are just going to be temporary fixes and sometimes temporary distractions. What we need is to focus our attention on the inner journey that will set our hearts back on fire. You know, Charles Fillmore, if you've read about him, you know he had a lot of disappointments in his life. He pursued many different careers and business paths, and he struggled with his health almost his entire life. I think he was 9 when his accident happened. But all of his life experiences were a catalyst for him to keep searching inside for his spiritual truth. And that search led to the start of an amazing healing ministry, including his own miraculous healing and his wife's. And at age 93, he said, I fairly sizzle and zeal, or with zeal and enthusiasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me. And you know who sounds just like him? Fern Kenyon. When I talk to Fern, that's exactly what I get. Well, dear, I have nothing to complain about. I have nothing but gratitude for God today. Look at me, she says. And I think, I tell her, I need to learn from you. That's what I need to keep doing, learn from you. Taking time each day to ignite our power of zeal is a matter of us setting our intentions to live with passion. Make up your mind that this is it. You're done. Be like me this past week. Spend a whole week reminding yourself, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going back to living my life. I'm calling who I want to. I'm going where I want to. I'm doing what I want to. I'm going to live my life. And they say that just 15 minutes a day in nature would be enough to really get you reignited. Now think about that. 15 minutes, take a nature walk, sit on your back patio that you keep cleaning. Maybe sit there for once. That's our rule. Don't get in this pool and start looking at what needs to be cleaned around you. Just get in it. Quit cleaning it. Take in the view, listen to amazing sounds of nature. Make mental note of the new things you noticed. Don't write your to-do list while you're sitting in nature. We can also heed Reverend Sharon Connor's advice to reflect upon these two things. She said, what we are passionate about or what brings us joy, reflect upon that and identify places in our life that we feel stuck, pray for courage, and take action to become unstuck. And she says, when we are unstuck, we are unstoppable. Let's review today's lessons. Reigniting our passion for life requires us to do the following. Number one, identify our current mindset. Determine if enthusiasm is visible. Number two, observe our tendency to isolate. Recognize when avoidance becomes our pattern. Number three, make time to engage the power of zeal. Prayer, faith, and nature are the answers. And number four, monitor positive and negative changes. Learn to live the life God gifted you. And our affirmation that I wrote for today is, I am reigniting my passion for life. Let's say that together. I am reigniting my passion for life. And I love this quote from Oprah. Passion is energy that comes from focusing on what excites you. Let's take that in. So we pause now to express our gratitude for the divine power of zeal, the opportunity in every day and in every moment of every day to reset, to claim our life back, to find the things that bring us joy, the simple things in life, to serve others and know the good we can do, to count how many times we complain a day versus how many times we express gratitude for someone or something, or just maybe just our existence. And so, God, we say thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to change and course correct. And so it is. Amen. If you have a prayer need, please put your prayer in the prayer box. And or if you're online, just look on our website. You could submit a prayer there. Or if it's easier, just call the office and leave a message on the prayer line. And let's say our giving affirmation with a passion for life and trusting the divine. I want you to say this prosperity prayer knowing that everything in your life and my life is perfect, and we are open to what we need to receive. We have faith in God as our instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. We have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. We have faith in God to guide us in all our ways, and our health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good, now flowing forth to meet our every need, and so it is. And let's bring our children in.
Feeling good, like I should. Went and took a walk around my neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got the sunshine on my Sunday best.
Good morning. So today the YOU talked about June's power of imagination and how we can use it to manifest.
We also talked about imagination, and we wrote up a list of lots of fun, crazy ideas, things we want to manifest over the summer, and we're going to see how many that we can achieve. All right, including Busch Gardens, yes. All right, let's bless our lovely children here. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. We love you, we love you, we really, really love you.
Ready? On you. One, right? 1, 2, 3. A new day, a new day, a new day will come tomorrow. A new day, a new day, a new day, relieved of sorrow. The sun will rise and make skies of blue that reflect the love that's inside of you, and you'll realize that you found your way, and be thankful for a new day. A new day, a new day, a new day will come tomorrow. A new day, a new day, a new day, relieved of sorrow. The sun will rise and make skies of blue that reflect the love that's inside of you, and you'll realize that you found your way, and be thankful for a new day. A new day. And when the sun comes down and you've lost your way, just know the sun will rise another day. A new day, a new day, a new day will come tomorrow. A new day, 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 relieved of sorrow. The sun will rise and make skies of blue that reflect the love that's inside of you, and you'll realize that you found your way, and be thankful for a new day. A new day, a new day, a new day. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks to Michael Hilson on that one. Thank you. So we did cheat a little bit. We had a little bit of extra time to learn that song. So hopefully you guys like that
15 extra minutes.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let's stand and sing the peace song, shall we? Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that will was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I love the energy from Leo this morning. He's having a great day. We should all learn from him. All right, let's say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, you guys gonna split a course, right? Yeah. Okay. One. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.